Welcome to the greatest sports show in the world. Good week, everybody. Good week. I hope you are having a good week. Here's my buddy Jason. Jason, what's going on?
What's happening, Nikki?
Hey, I'm doing good. Hey, I was going to apologize to everyone for you being blurry, but then all of a sudden, when it popped away from the video, you're good.
Clear as day?
You're bud. Man,
Okay.
you're looking damn good too.
Good.
And with you looking so good, this is probably going to help this next part. Tell everyone where they can find us here.
Yeah, they can find us on all social medias at the BLPA. They can find Nick over at Nicker Jones on Twitter, the Nicker Jones on Instagram, and they can find me only on the Twitters at Beer League Jason.
Yes. And I just want to point out again, OnlyFans. I mean, listen, I haven't set up the subscriptions. We're just not ready.
So
We're not ready.
So I follow an account on Twitter. It's like Great Deals. It's like a Great Deals account, right? And they tweet out things that you can buy. There was a $12 OnlyFans corduroy bucket hat. $12. I almost bought it for you. I was this close.
What if we both wore them on here? Just to let people know that we are legit. Like we don't have any subscribers because I haven't set up the subscriber, but we're approved to do so.
Yeah, we could.
I don't know what route we want. There's so many routes you can take in OnlyFans. I mean, people just think, nudity, right, which we're down for. I mean, we are, right?
Yeah.
But there's just so many other things. Like we could also be unique, tasteful. We could do tasteful nudes, right?
Cooking classes or something.
Yeah, cooking. Like maybe dangling classes. I mean, we couldn't teach them,
right?
But we can dangle. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But anyway, there's a lot of shit going on this week. I mean, it's been busy. I'm really liking these in the afternoon, or I guess morning. For some people, shows because my kid's at school.
Yep.
I can be loud. I can say fuck, and no one comes and yells at me. And that's a big part of our vocabulary is saying curse words, right?
One of the main words I use, probably my most used word.
It's like I saw a video just the other day, and it's like, oh, what do you say? Like as a parent with young kids around, what do you replace the word fuck with? Well, I replace it with fuck. I mean, I don't know what else to say, right? So obviously this weekend is Savannah weekend.
Savannah.
Which could mean tat weekend.
It does mean tat weekend.
Okay, I mean, it means tat weekend.
Okay.
We got a lot of content. We got a content career for those that weren't here last week.
Yeah.
We got a content person following me around. Like they're going to come to me in Calgary. They're going to ride with me. They're going to capture it all.
Okay.
Capture it all.
Yeah.
But I want to get people prepared for something.
Do you have a 6 a.m. flight?
No.
Oh, come on.
I know.
So it's not the real experience here.
Know.
You're giving us a fake experience.
I know. But it's just the way it worked out because when I'm not very organized. I don't for people that don't know. Yeah, I know. I get things done.
Yeah.
Like what needs to be done gets done. I just don't have a succinct pattern in which I follow to get those things done. And so I booked my flight for this one. It was a 6 a.m. flight. But as it popped up on the shared family calendar, Tana said, "Are you sure those are the dates for Savannah?" I'm like, yeah, no big deal. I booked it for next week.
Oh, okay.
And so then I had to change it. And then when I changed it, it was a 9:55 flight. The only problem is it's a 9:55 a.m. flight. I don't get into Savannah until like 11 p.m. on Friday or Thursday. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
And so that's a rough one.
That's like you're following what I have to do if I go to like California or like when I went to Vancouver one time, it like basically took me a day and a half to get there because it's just forever away.
And that's why, to me, the appealingness when I'm booking 6 a.m. flights, which I hate, and I post about them every time about how I'm never going to do this again, but I always do it because I like getting there, mid to late afternoon, so I can still handle some business because there are things to do, right?
Sure.
Like I've been getting into this thing where I do the drafts on Thursday just because there's so many late signups here, and so I can live stream the drafts. I can't do that this Thursday, so I might have to go on tomorrow evening and do the draft here.
Okay.
But so I'm super stoked about that. But I do need to get I need to get us prepared for something that may or may not happen.
Okay.
It's kind of a downer.
Oh.
So this was a late call to go to 6 teams. Like yesterday, we had like 7 people sign up. Yesterday.
Okay.
So we got the jersey, the call to do the other 2 sets of jerseys in, and now we're stressing them getting there.
Uh-oh.
If they sell through, we got 4. They're
Okay.
already there.
So I just want to be on one of those 4 teams.
I mean, we have spare jerseys. Like we have extra sets that we've used in the past that were messed up. So we'll have jerseys and socks, but it might not be the Pokemon ones. We will get them, obviously. I mean, they're ordered, and they're making their way. If it goes through customs clean, we're good. But
I'm knocking on some wood for you.
I just want to get people prepared. Like I hate. It's way worse. Like in Denver when none of the jerseys showed up.
Yeah.
This one at least we got 4
Yeah.
6, which is 2/3, which is 66.666667% of the jerseys. But I'm listen, it's got to go right for us.
Yeah.
Eventually, right? I mean, I've lost these bets. I went to Vegas last week. I lost again. $400, and I lost again.
You're due. You're due.
I am due. I'm due for something, right?
Yeah.
I am due. Oh, bud. So that's basically it. But so we're gonna have the content person follow us around. Feature. I'll have to look at. I don't even know who is actually rostered up for this tournament, just because it's been such a stressful, not stressful, just busy couple weeks. I haven't really had a chance to sit down and look at it and see who we want to feature, because we do want to feature some drafty players, right?
Yeah.
So that's basically what we're doing this week, and I'm super stoked. Jason, tat it up. If we're gonna tat it, it's gonna have to be on Sunday.
Yeah. What time do games end on Sunday?
Like 5:15
p.m.
Yeah. Well, it's not gonna be a.m. You think I'm waking up that early?
Well, I mean, sometimes it's happened before. Not that early, but yeah. No, we'll make it work. We'll figure it out. I think Sunday night will work.
Okay.
And then I gotta drive home Sunday night overnight, so it's gonna be a long day for me.
Yeah, that is gonna be a long day. Well, we'll get a live cast going on too. Yep. Maybe we'll do it. Maybe I don't know if it'll be live video wise, but we'll definitely podcast why we're getting tatted.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, there can be video of me crying because I'm gonna cry. I think I'm gonna cry. I'm very adverse to pain. I'm very adverse to pain. So, what's on your mind for this week? Actually, I do have something to say. Let me ask you first, but then I do. So it just hit me in the head what I want to say. So go ahead.
Yeah, no, like you, it's been a busy week for me. I've been reffing every day since last Thursday, plus work, regular work, trying to get the podcast in. I just need like 4 more of me, or like 1 organized me. If I could get like 1 extra organized me that could just organize the shit, then I'd probably be good. But I'm excited to get out to Savannah this weekend. I almost booked the JW Marriott in Savannah. I was this close.
That'd be nice.
Close.
I looked at it, and then because I have the content person, I have to get their hotel. I was like, I'm just gonna get like a 2-bedroom Airbnb.
Yeah,
downtown, so that way it was cheaper.
Yeah, like I am staying downtown, so I'll be in the vicinity.
Yeah, so we'll be around places, right? Yeah. Well, the problem with organization here, Jason, let me tell you my theory, and you tell me if you agree with me.
Okay.
First off, shout out to everyone that's watching us live on Facebook or YouTube or Twitch or whatever. Become a subscriber, all that good shit, whatever. Okay. Every great thing that's ever been created in this world, in this life, in my opinion, is due to procrastination.
Okay.
Because when you procrastinate, you're thinking of creative things to push off what you normally have to do. That's what I do. I procrastinate.
Yeah.
I create cool things. I still get what I need to done for the most part. And so I always think if I was organized, maybe these cool creative things
ideas
wouldn't come because I'd be organized. I wouldn't be thinking of ways to push off what I actually have to do.
Yeah.
And so that's kind of my thinking. And maybe I'm off base. I don't know. You tell me.
I'm close to what you're saying. I also believe that great things come from procrastinating, but that's because I work extremely well under pressure. So when the more pressure there is, the better the product that I deliver. Because if I have too much time, I just kind of am like, oh, I'll do it. And like, it's just But when it's like, it's going to take 45 minutes and I've got 47 minutes to get it done, it's going to come out perfect because like I'm laser focused,
Because you got no
just in
reason
there.
for you have no
I have
wiggle
no
room. You
choice.
mess it up,
Yeah.
it's there. Well, this is just what you get, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
I like that. And you feel so good.
You do.
Like when you get that last minute, just that shot of like what I guess it's almost like dopamine. It's like what's released when you have sex. Like it just feels so fucking good
Yeah.
to get it done.
Yeah.
I'm there with you, bud.
Yeah.
I'm there.
It's so if anyone's wondering about the show, you've got two classic procrastinators working together to bring it all. So the fact that we've been like 3 weeks in a row is a pretty incredible feat.
And 4, if
Yeah.
you think about we're gonna do it in Savannah,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
I mean,
We're
it's
going to
gonna
hit
be
4
there.
for sure.
I
Yeah.
mean, procrastination, I literally posted last week's episode to download today.
Okay.
Because I just I edited it, I downloaded it, and I forgot to put it on the website.
Yeah.
I forgot. I procrastinated putting it on the website
Right.
until today.
And now the people get a live and they could go back and listen to the old one. So it's a great day for everyone.
It is. It's an incredible day.
Yeah.
So Super Bowl teams are set.
Yeah.
So we got the Taylor Swift Chiefs
Yep.
against the Anna Frey 49ers.
Okay.
Do you know who Anna Frey is?
I know the name.
It's like she's
An
on
actress, right?
No, she's
No?
like a high school chick that looks like Brock Purdy. And she's on TikTok like yeah, I don't know. But they
interesting.
even like yesterday like someone went up to or the other day went up to Brock and said Anna Frey going to the Super Bowl and he's like stop it.
Yeah.
But
Okay.
what I want to talk about is conspiracy theories.
Oh, yeah, let's do it.
Because I keep reading that it was a conspiracy to get the Chiefs to the Super Bowl because Taylor Swift has brought in so much exposure and likeness.
Sure.
And so I'm wondering your thought. If you think that, one, I want to know what you feel about that kind of conspiracy. And two, what other conspiracy theories do you subscribe to? And do you have any leadership principles you can tell us about? Says Frank.
Yeah. So I don't believe in any conspiracy theories, but I really enjoy going down the rabbit hole of people who believe in conspiracy theories. It's very fascinating to me to see how people think everything is against them or like, whatever. So I'll start by saying the NFL hit a jackpot with having Travis Kelce date Taylor Swift for sure. You got millions and millions of people who did not care about football before watching football. That's great. That being said, the Chiefs have been really good for a long time. They've been in the AFC Championship 6 years in a row. They've been to 3 or 4 Super Bowls in that 6 years. No, they did. The NFL didn't fix it to have Taylor Swift at the Super Bowl. It just happens to be that she's dating a player on a team that's really good.
Yeah, I mean, I agree. With that wholeheartedly. But do you think people are saying that the Taylor Swift and Travis, the TNT or whatever they're calling it, is just a marketing ploy, not even for NFL, but just for both of them?
If I'm going to subscribe to a conspiracy theory, I would subscribe to that one. Like I could see, like it would be a smart move from both of them if they are doing it just as a way to get exposure on both sides. Why wouldn't you do it? But probably not.
It's also a lot of time. Like if you think about like the time that it takes for them to travel to be with each other, that's a big investment of
For
your
sure.
time.
For
And
sure.
let's and I don't want to turn this into the Taylor Swift show, but does Taylor Swift really need
No,
that?
she doesn't. And neither does the NFL. Like it's good for them.
Well,
Like
but
it's helping for sure. But they
what
don't
about
need
Travis
it.
Kelce himself?
Oh, yeah. I mean, if this is happening, if it's a big conspiracy, Travis Kelce is the one benefiting the most from it, for sure.
And byproduct Jason Kelce.
Yeah, and I mean the NFL is going to get money from jersey revenue, right? Like you got Swifties buying Kelce jerseys, and Travis gets some of that, but the NFL gets most of it probably. So like there is some benefits for all parties, I think, but I just don't know. Like you said, the time and money invested. Like Taylor Swift's a billionaire.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah. I
it,
mean, yeah, that's
what
insane.
what could the NFL have brought to her and been like, hey, do this and it's going to be good for you? Like she's like, I'm a billionaire. Like I don't, and I have a massive army of blind followers. Like
Yeah.
I don't really need you. I mean, she's so big that they're saying that she could sway an election based
Yeah.
on who she endorses. That's so someone that powerful doesn't need the NFL or Travis Kelce. So that's why I think probably not.
Yeah. I mean, it's insane. Like my mother-in-law who doesn't like the NFL, and I didn't even know she liked Taylor Swift. Like she's not like I'm a Swiftie, right?
Yeah.
Um, she's like full send on their podcast. Like she's like watching it, and she's like, "Why don't you get those guys on your podcast?" I'm like, "What the? Who do you think I am?"
Right.
Like, she's like, "Well, I mean, they're hockey guys, and that one takes his shirt off and drinks beer. Sounds like what you guys do." I'm like, "Yeah, it
She's right.
does.
She's
It
right. Yeah.
does. Yeah, I mean, it does, and it would be great." But she's like, "Oh, did you see this on their podcast?" And I'm like, "Listen, I watch TikTok, and that's how I see their clips."
Yeah.
And no, I don't. But she's like full in. So I mean,
Yeah.
that's what it's doing to
Yeah. I
like.
mean,
My mother-in-law's
working.
60-something years old. So
Yeah, it's working out for the Kelsey brothers and the NFL for sure. But
who can we date?
nobody, because we're married. I
But
think. I
but
think that's the rule.
but no. Listen, but if we go to our spouses, we
And
say,
we're
"Hey,
like, hey, I'm gonna date Taylor Swift.
no,
My wife would probably let me.
yeah." But what the Kelsey and Clacker podcast? Yeah, we're just doing it as a marketing tactic, right? It's not a So I wonder who could
I don't know.
bring
I've
on
seen that blonde girl that was just on the Hot Wings show. She's got like a meme going around right now.
Okay.
I don't
I
know.
haven't
I
seen
don't
it,
even know her name, but I see her all the time
but we should
on the
date her.
Twitter.
We should date
Yeah,
her. Okay.
we should.
Both of us.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm
We're
in.
in. We're in. Let's
Oh,
do it. Okay. So are there any other conspiracy are there any things that like when you're going down the rabbit holes and people present their facts, their evidence, and you're like, that that actually does
sure.
make sense.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there's times where you're like, okay, this lines up. Like there's some things that I could see why you believe that. Here's the thing. It's funny because yesterday I went down a Twitter rabbit hole about the 9/11 conspiracy, that it's an inside job. And let's not get political on this podcast here. But like I got sucked in for hours just reading people's comments and watching these videos. And at the end of the day, I don't believe it. And if you do, that's fine. But it was fascinating to go down the rabbit hole for a couple of hours. And that's why I'm behind on work, because
Procrastinating.
going down rabbit holes,
Yeah.
procrastinating.
Well, like Kyle says on the comments, try to order pizza toppings for more than 4 people on one pie. That's why I don't believe in conspiracy theories. Impossible to get people that on the same page.
And I agree with him. Like most conspiracy theories, the first thing I'm going to say is there's too many people involved. There's no way you keep that quiet, especially in today's age where social media, like, I mean, everything's, I can send a video in an instant, right? Did you see the alien thing in Miami? There was,
Yes. I mean, I heard about it, but I didn't.
like, and there's no pictures or videos, and people are like, "Oh, that's suspicious." I'm like, it's not suspicious. In fact, it's the opposite, because if that happened, there would have been videos and pictures everywhere. Like, there's just it. You can't stop it. Like, no government agency can stop them from going out fast enough, because once something goes out and becomes viral, it's spread like wildfire. Too many people would have seen it.
But what if the aliens had so much technology that they could actually keep themselves from being photographed or videoed?
Yeah, I just don't believe it.
Well, I know. I'm just.
Yeah, I'm with you.
Presenting
Yeah,
because I don't know. I don't know. I do.
Right.
I am not foolish enough to believe that Earth was just the luckiest planet in the world to have sustainable life on it. Like it
No,
has to be.
If you're asking me, do I believe there can be life outside the planet? Absolutely. Like, I've never seen it, so I can't confirm it, but there, like, absolutely there could be. Like you said, why would this be the only planet in a vast galaxies and galaxies and
Yeah,
galaxies?
an infinite amount of
Yeah,
galaxies,
right.
right?
Yeah.
But I mean, then we're gonna start. Then you get into religion, and you start. Well, if I don't see it, then I can't believe it. And do you see air? Do you see oxygen? I don't see it, but I know it's real, right? You know what
You
I'm
can
saying?
you can see it move things.
Is that air or is that
Yeah.
something else?
I
Who
don't know.
knows, right? You know what I'm saying? So that
Yeah.
that's why conspiracy theories are so fun because like there are things that people say like is the earth flat and people present evidence and you're like that makes sense, but I've also seen pictures from fucking space.
Have Have you heard something about flat Earth that made sense? I've never heard anything that I
No,
was like,
no,
"Oh,
I
it
was
makes
just saying I was
okay."
thinking like
I
hypothetically.
thought maybe you had something to bring to the
No,
table,
no,
and I was
no.
excited. I was like,
Like
"Let's hear it."
what the birds aren't real, they're like spies or something.
Yeah,
Like
so I pretend to buy into that one because it drives my wife crazy. I'm always like, "Yeah, the pigeons aren't real. Have you ever seen a baby pigeon?" And it's that's their whole thing, right? "Have you ever seen a baby pigeon?" And everyone's like, "No, I haven't." Well, that's because they're in the nest until they're not babies anymore, and then they fly out, and that's why you've never seen one. But I always bring that one back. Well, have you ever seen a baby pigeon? I haven't.
yeah, me neither. But but maybe we're gonna have to go. Maybe we can debunk it. Maybe we can do
Find a baby
specific
pigeon.
yeah, we'll find a baby pigeon.
All right.
Like I don't even know where pigeons. I know
New
where
York.
pigeons
We gotta
hang
go to
out.
New York.
Yeah, but I know where they hang out. It's usually around people giving them food. But
Right.
where are their babies?
We gotta
We
follow
gotta.
once they get the food, you gotta follow them.
Oh yeah, like a tracking. Like now we're bird trackers.
Yeah.
Oh, bud, we could do it for
Yeah.
sure. But yeah, I just I love me some good conspiracy theories, and I love listening to people. And yeah, so maybe we need to just do a segment each week on a different conspiracy theory.
Okay.
And what we'll do is we'll talk about it, and then we'll bring someone on that is for it,
Okay.
and then
And
we'll let
let them sell it to us?
yeah, and then
Okay.
we'll let our people decide what conspiracies we buy into.
Okay. I like
You
that.
know, so because think about like the moon landing in like the 60s.
Yep.
To think that we had the technology to do that back then, but people were saying it was all staged and it was in a sound screen or whatever they do.
Yeah.
But then you think if that was really faked, there'd be someone that would let that out.
You would think.
Like legitimately, I mean, they didn't have the technology to send videos,
Right.
but you would have somebody. I mean, because that would take a lot of fucking work to go into it, right?
For sure.
So that's where that Kyle's and your theory of there's too many moving parts for someone not to
Right.
spill the beans because eventually someone would get pissed.
And
Like,
yeah.
yeah, I got a small group of friends, and I can tell them something in secrecy, and they can get pissed and just go say it on shit that don't matter.
Right.
And so when you start talking about this, like the JFK assassination, right? Like if the government really killed JFK, like someone would eventually say, "Hey, here's the deal," right? So that's basically it on conspiracy theories. Okay, we got to talk about uh, some other tournaments,
Okay.
mainly international ones.
All right.
I'm basically Japanese now. I don't know if you know that.
Okay.
I've been speaking Japanese for the last week, basically half of my day. By speaking it, it means they talk to me in Japanese. I copy it. I go to GPT, translate it, give my response, translate it back to Japanese, and then go and talk to them. And it's really starting to pick up some steam.
Okay.
We got our first Japanese resident, like not like military guy in Okinawa
Right.
that knows a bunch of English. This is a guy that doesn't speak English,
Okay.
and he's coming to play.
Yes. Let's
And,
go.
and I'm fucking so stoked for it. It's
Yeah.
not even funny. Now we just need like 20 more of them, right? And we can go half Japanese, half not Japanese. And so Lexi says I would get in trouble in Japan. LOL. I love Asians.
I
What?
also would get in trouble in Japan because I love Asian food.
Oh, but hey, are you going? Let's go. Because listen, I'll take you to some spots.
It's tough for me because the wife started a new job this year, and so she has no PTO, and she's not gonna let me go by myself.
Yeah, but this is
It's in May, right?
yeah.
Yeah, it's probably not gonna happen.
Damn it.
As
Fucking
much as it
mirrors.
pains me.
What if I send mirror? What if it's not even you? Like I just it like ding 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 ding, and no, that's a phone. How about ding? It's your doorbell, and it's
Okay.
just a big ass mirror, And it's like, what's this for? And then she opens it, and then she puts it in the bathroom, and it fogs up, and it says, "Please let Jason go to Japan."
Listen,
Nick,
I'm open to you trying it
XOXO.
for sure.
I think it would work.
Yeah.
But what kind of trouble is she going to get into in Japan because she loves Asians?
Nice.
Please regale us with stories.
Yeah, tell us. Go on.
But I am pretty stoked. So now I'm going to have a translator because I don't know. I really don't know.
Yeah, for sure.
I know,
especially
like,
if you get more than one, you're gonna need. I mean, even with one, you need one, but like,
yeah. So I know, like, Diku ni naru na, I think, is don't be a dick. I think from
okay,
my rusty. So I'll know that one. So I'll
Okay.
get that point right across.
Yeah, that's the important one.
I bad boy Asians. What? What? That's what she said.
Well,
So,
hey, do
so
you,
I'm,
Lexi?
so I'm super stoked about Japan and just making that happen. Yes, I will eat at Japan Taco Bell again.
Okay,
I went there the last time,
so
and
good.
it was yeah, tastes like Taco Bell. But in
Is it
Japan.
anything different?
No.
Like, is there like a special Japanese? Because like Frank, when he goes out of town, like or like out of the country, likes to go to all the McDonald's because they have different stuff.
That's true. When I played in Salzburg, Austria, and I was flying back through, I stayed at the Munich airport before I took my flight. There was a McDonald's at the bottom, and they did have like different stuff, and it was actually pretty good, that stuff.
But Taco
So,
Bell's the exact same. They're like, we are who we are.
well, I didn't really. I mean, it's in Japanese,
Oh,
the menu, right?
yeah.
So I couldn't really, but I saw a
pointed to
picture of
stuff.
tacos because I wanted to see, are they the same? They did taste the same.
Okay.
But I've had this new product that I just ordered. It's called like the Pocket Talk. And
Okay.
it's basically a two-way communication device.
Let's
So where like I can push it and I can talk, and then it'll translate it, and then I'll hold the button when they're talking back, and it'll translate it back to me.
Okay.
But it also takes photos. And I know Google can do a little bit of this as well, but this product is made specifically for that. And so yeah, so I think I will go. I'll try it again.
Okay.
But last time I went to Taco Bell, this is this is why I love Japan, because they just got no fucking chill. They don't give a shit. I mean, there was literally, I was playing Pokemon Go in a stadium, and it looked like fucking Snorlax had a big old penis coming out of it. And when I went to Taco Bell, I go to sit on like some benches, and I should show these pictures again. The pictures are like, look like people on their hands and knees eating butthole, and they're chained almost like a human centipede.
Okay.
And I was like, okay. And Japanese, they just don't give a fuck.
Japanese people love sex. I know that about Japanese people.
But
listen,
I'm a white person. I'm American. I love sex as well.
Right.
But we're so like the whole religious part of stuff is like it holds America back, right? Because we were bounded on these principles of religiousness. And in Japan, you would think it would hold them back too, because they couldn't do porn that wasn't like pixelated for a while. They couldn't show the private parts.
Yeah.
I watched the Japanese movie about this on Netflix. I can't remember what it was. But
Japanese movie on Netflix. Got it.
Yeah, I'll try to find it. I'll try to find it again, because when I went to Japan in 2019, I was looking for Japanese stuff to watch, and that was one of the things that was on there. So I watched it, and it was actually pretty good. But you got to be able to read, so it precludes half of our listenership from being able to watch it.
I'm out.
But yeah, so yeah, I mean, Japanese, it's just a wild time over there.
Yeah,
and like when you like walk through like a mall, and like the music is like wet ass pussy, wet ass, and you're like, what the fuck? And like they don't know, they're just like like they're getting down to it. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? But they don't understand. Like, I'm like, do you understand the words? Like, no. And I'm like,
no,
okay,
not at all. Yeah,
okay, cool. So listen, Lexi, you can go to Japan with us. All you gotta do is sign up and come.
Yeah.
You still grinding Pokemon Go? Can I send you my user ID? I'm not grinding it as much, but I still do play. You can send me the ID, and we can play. When I go to Japan, I got to get Farfetch'd. That's no
exclusive.
I have Farfetch'd. I need a Mr. Mime.
Okay.
Need a Mr. Mime, and they had a lot of shit over there last time I was there. So people say we should get conspiracy theory jersey theme.
I like that.
Maybe that would be cool.
Like Bigfoot, aliens, that sort of conspiracy theory.
I've seen another company do it, but we could put our own spin on it for sure.
Yeah.
Someone said, what platform did you guys get the most live viewers on? It's for sure Facebook. but they won't give me the stars, so we might have to just go Twitch and have people give us bits. But then you got to get all of our aging beer leaguers over to
Old
Twitch,
fucks
and
like
that's
us.
just I'm on Twitch, but I Twitch it up.
Not me.
We're
I'm
good,
old.
right? Yeah, cool. You don't even do Facebook, so it's
Yeah.
kind of. But yeah, so that's going, and then Italy is starting to pick up steam. Like yesterday, I probably got 100 messages about Italy, 100 of them.
Yeah.
And then this morning, because I posted it in a couple groups, and I was like, "Oh, come play our team, yeah." And somebody was like, "This is a scam. It's not even listed on their website." And here I am posting myself, my own personal profile, and I'm like, "Hey, like I literally run the BLPA. Here's why there's not a navigational link to it, because I'm not a web designer. I built the registration pages, and now I'm trying to figure out how to make navigational pages to it. Just settle down."
Yeah.
People,
why do people get they feel this conviction to like, I don't even know what the word is.
to call people out
yeah,
about
like
everything.
just like, you're wrong. This is this. And you're like, okay, calm down. Let me explain.
I think the world is so cynical right now.
Yeah.
And so they feel like everyone is out to screw them.
Right.
On some level.
Okay.
And I'm the opposite. And that's where I get into trouble, because I'm so trusting of people, and then I always get burned. And like Tana says this all the time to me. Like, you just trust too many people. And I'm like, well, because I feel like people are good. And as a whole, like I feel people are good.
I think so too.
And I get it. Like, people do look out for themselves, number one, which is fine. Like, everyone wants to, save their own skin.
You're actually born that way.
Like, listen, if me and you are out in Savannah getting tattooed and someone like pulls out a gun, like I'm pushing you towards them and I'm trying to hit out the door. Like I'm protecting my own skin. Like, I say I would do that. I don't know actually what I would do, but that's why it's so hard. Like when I hear the stories about like, oh, a gunman came in and someone like shielded their buddy or something like that. People don't realize how fucking much that takes to do that.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't think I could do it. Like my kids for sure, but anyone else, I doubt.
Not even Kate. Well, I hope she's not listening to this.
She knows.
What about the chick we're going to be dating for clout?
Maybe. I don't know. It depends on who she is. Someone
said it was Sydney Sweeney.
Yeah, that's the one.
Okay. Yeah, we could date her. Yeah, I'm in.
What's she from?
I have no clue.
Me neither.
Listen, I'm so busy.
She's very attractive.
She is attractive. Us too.
Yeah.
What are you gonna do?
Fair.
But yeah, I just like I don't understand the psychology that goes with the people that just jump in for like, yeah, I'll fucking jump in front of a bullet, like Secret Service people.
Yeah.
You jump in front of a bullet for a president. They might not even like the fucking president.
Yeah.
And they're like, well,
they have no choice. Yeah.
Here's my job. And it's like military people, same way. Like they go over there, and I know they sign up for it. And that's why, like in Canada, they don't just go, hey, thanks for the, they're not as, but in the States we are. And like Canadians ask me like, why? Like, why are you guys like that? I'm like, well, listen, I'm not going to die for you right now, but they go and put their shit on the line. So I appreciate it. That's basically why we do it. Right. So
yeah.
Want to shout out Joe Lobosco. Thanks for a great time in Binghamton. Looking forward to coming down to another one soon. Joe,
let's go.
Appreciate you reaching out. Binghamton was our first run at doing a pond hockey type stuff. We got some other stuff in the works, whether it be Binghamton or another place. We want to get our experience out there. And I didn't feel like we got to really do like our experience because it was mixed in with the other people's, which is fine.
Right.
But it wasn't actually, it didn't feel like a BLPA event per se.
Okay.
But we will get about it.
But we're glad you had a good time, Joe. Mostly.
What about that chick on Insta, Beer League Beauty? I know Nicole personally. I don't know if she's doing much Beer League Beauty and stuff anymore these days, but yeah, I mean, we could date her too. Whatever.
Sure. Yeah.
We'll date her.
I mean, I don't have Insta, but does that preclude me from being able?
No, I don't think so. I don't think so.
Perfect. I'm in.
So Anthony says best rack in the biz. I guess he's talking about, I don't know if he's talking about me or he's talking about Sydney Sweeney.
In the pictures I've seen, because again, this is like a meme that's going around. Yep. You can't tell. There's no boob action in the picture. So,
well, I would imagine that.
And again, I don't know who she is otherwise.
Okay, listen, while we're talking about her,
Should we
and
should we look her up?
I'm gonna look her up. I've seen that meme, and I think I've seen her before, but let's just make. Oh, obviously, you start googling Sydney Sweeney. Oh, she is very attractive. Okay, yeah. I mean, she's she's an
Confirmed.
attractive woman. I
Confirmed
mean,
attractive.
confirmed. I mean,
Okay.
what do here?
Okay. Yeah, I'm in. We
I
can
mean,
date.
she's an attractive. Someone's asking if we're going to be at Puck Cancer again, and sadly, we're not. Not because we don't want to, just because we have some other tournaments that we have to do, and it just happened to be on that weekend. But we are going to throw our own tournament in Chicago this year. It's a team tournament. Well, we're doing a Dex as well, but we're also going to have a bash. So, Tommy, uh, appreciate you asking us about it. Come to our BLPA tournament in Chicago. I can't remember when it's June 7th, 8th, and 9th is when that one is. I think I put it on the website, but I messed it up, so it shows it's like last week. But it'll be fixed here today when I sit down, unless I procrastinate and think of something great to do. But that leads us to our team tournaments in April. 4 of them, 4 of those motherfuckers.
You're gonna be a busy man.
And well, in March, 4 dexes. In between March and April, which does not leave you a lot of time, I'm going to Disney World.
Okay.
Cooper's birthday. And here's the deal. Disney World is fucking expensive.
That's an understatement.
Can you donate to that thing right there? But I feel so bad because I'm always gone that like when you say, hey, what do you want to do for your birthday? And he's 6, he'll be 7. So he doesn't understand how expensive it is. He says, I want to go to Disney World. Been to Disneyland 3 times. I want to go to Disney World. It's hard to say no.
Yeah.
And not because, oh, we got to spoil this kid rotten. It has nothing to do with that. It has everything to do with, I feel like a bad dad sometimes because I'm always BLPAing.
Yep.
But knowing that BLPA is what pays the bills, right?
Yeah.
But the kid loves it, and I love Disney. Like I would be lying if I said that I don't get excited to go to Disney. It reminds me of when I got to go with like my grandparents and my parents or my mom, and so it's if I remember that from all those years ago. For me, it's like, well, now when it's my time to go, Cooper will remember that. But they're right; it is a money pit. It's ridiculously expensive.
Yeah,
I can't. I mean, I think for 5 days. 4 days, 5 days, something like that. In a Disney park hotel, it's like $6,000.
Yeah. We're going on a cruise in 2 weeks, week and a half, something like that. But we're going down early to Orlando, and we were like, oh, we should see what it costs to go to Disneyland for a day, just to, pop in, or Disney World, sorry. And yeah, it's like $170 a person just to go to the park. Like, as an outsider, it's expensive.
Yeah. Oh,
and then you're gonna drop bills inside too, for sure. Food, buying souvenirs, whatever.
The good thing is you can take your own food in. And what, which is not, I didn't realize that the first time we went.
Yeah.
And Tommy is, he's like, I told her I can't take my kid till 6 or 7. 4 I feel is too young to still totally enjoy. I don't know. We took our kid for his 5th birthday. That was his first time.
Yeah.
And he absolutely loved it. And okay, it was rough. We had a stroller, but there's so much stroller parking to go on.
Turns out Disney has it figured out.
Yeah,
like, a little bit.
The hard part is as older adults that can stay up till 11 o'clock, a 5-year-old cannot, and so we'd have to leave the park. Like he's on such a schedule. Like he only eats certain foods, and so there was not really stuff in the park that was good for him. So we'd have to leave at 5 to go get dinner at the hotel, and then he goes to sleep at 7. So that was the only kind of bummer part of it. But now that it is a lot easier now that he's older and he like walks the whole day and he's excited, the whole day. So yeah, I mean, I would say you could probably take your daughter when she's 4, 5, but you are kind of right. 6 or 7 is probably, if you're not going to make it a habit of going often, I would probably wait till 6, 7, or 8 for sure.
Yeah.
Right. So Anthony's taken his kid over 10 times in her life.
Wow.
And it is over probably, he lives in Florida, so he probably gets that resident rate stuff. But I think I think it's like $150 a day per person to go into there with like park hopper passes
Yeah.
before you even buy anything.
It's
And you're
crazy.
gonna go in and buy collectible pins.
For sure. You got to
You know
trade
what I'm
them.
saying? You want to see the new pin? Like I don't have
Absolutely.
I just have the art for it. Uh, you're gonna love it. I know you're gonna want this one.
Okay. So do you already have one for me or?
No, I just got the art back, so now they're getting produced.
Oh yeah. Gonna
Yeah.
need that one for sure.
A ringer peck pin. So we have a collection of 10 coming out. They're in production right now. I probably won't get them till March because it's Chinese New Year now. But we got a collection of 10, and what we're doing basically is if you're a VIP, you will get those 10 in your box, one a month in your box. And in addition to, well, we'll just go ahead and pop up this VIP thing right here. If you're VIP, you get obviously the swag, the merch, and then you get 10% off dexes, 10% off merchandise, and you get now you get these pins, and you get the opportunity to now order whatever jersey you want. Like if we go to a tournament, like we're doing Legos in 1st of March, when we put that order in, you have the opportunity to order it and get that jersey, even if you don't come play in the tournament. Or if you do play in the tournament, you get
And
to
get
pick your
your
number.
number. Yeah.
So there's that. But the pins are going to go in, and then we're going to have about, I ordered 200 of each, and there's about 100 VIP members. So there's going to be a little less than 100 of these available for people to purchase. And then we're going to see if we can make like people trade and collect them. So the next iteration, even the more limited edition, are like Ringer Peck. There's going to be a Trash Can Dan. There's going to be a Nikki Kamish. There's probably going to have to be a Limbucker, Meaty Clackers, or something like that.
I
It's
think
just a
there should
guy
be.
walking around with his nuts in a wheelbarrow. Like on the South Park thing.
Yeah.
And it's just
Randy.
that
Yeah.
picture, but your face on it.
Okay.
And it
I
says
like it.
Meaty Clackers.
All right.
And so those ones we'll probably only order like 100 of them, and we'll give like 50 to like us. And then the other ones we'll just kind of figure out how to sell them or give them away or whatever. So I think that'll be a cool game to play.
Yeah.
And so yeah, so drinking around the world in Epcot during the International Food and Wine Festival, that's a good time. Bring your 4-year-old and have an adult time. This is a genius move, Nick. Making jerseys only available to VIPs are actually attending decks. Seriously smart. Well, listen, smart guy right here.
It's probably, you probably came up with that while procrastinating doing something.
That's what I do. I mean, that's what I do. So, see, didn't even recognize Jason with sleeves on. There's a reason he's wearing sleeves.
Which is?
Because the only way we're showing nips.
That's right.
Is through OnlyFans subscriptions.
Yeah. Sorry, boys. Yeah. No more free shows.
No more free shows. And someone just asked a question on the VIP. If you order a jersey, are you committing to one team or do you have one made for you? No. What we're saying is you can order whatever jersey you want. Just have yours personally, right? Yep. And so you will still have your jersey from the tournament, but then you'll have this other one that you want. If you happen to get on that team,
Exactly. So the way I look at it is like this. There's lots of times where I go to tournaments and I'm like, oh, I really want that jersey. And that's a little bit stressful because if it's a 4-team, 6-team, whatever, you got a 25% chance or, 17% chance of actually getting that jersey. And you can try to work your magic and get onto that team and get a jersey, or maybe you can trade with somebody later. But what Nick's going to allow you to do is if I want jersey A, I can order it. It'll be there when I get there. If I get on team A, great. I have my own personalized jersey with my number. I still get another jersey as part of the Dex experience. And then I could trade that one for a different one if there's somebody that wants to. But I'm able to wear my own number. Or if I end up getting on team B, C, or D, I get that jersey. Plus I got the one that I really wanted with my own number on it. So when I go back home, I can wear it whenever I want.
Yes. And
nailed it.
Yeah, you nailed it. And here's the deal. I've like when I started talking about this pin collecting thing, it made me realize that people are collecting our jerseys. Like people are buying, like I've seen them on Sideline Swap. I've seen other people trading them within the group. And I was like, okay, let's find a way to make that, a thing.
Sure.
But it also takes away from the specialness of the event to say, okay, here's
anyone
the deal.
Can buy it.
Yeah. And I've seen other companies do it, and I don't know. It's just like, there's some people that come distinctly for the jersey, and cool,
Yeah. I have the Biggie jersey from Cleveland.
Yep.
and I wear it. It's a white, so I wear it all the time when I sub for teams. That's one of the ones that I bring because it's an easy one for subs. I get more compliments from that jersey than any other jersey I own, and part of that is because only 13 people have it, right? So it's not something that people see every day.
Yeah.
So we want to limit it, but still allow our VIP box subscribers to have, a little something extra that they get from being members.
Well, I think, yeah. And I mean, it's a VIP. I mean, listen, we're a business, and I like no one doesn't think we're a business, right? So obviously we make money on VIP boxes, right? It's a way for us to put money towards other things that we're trying to do. And so I was like, okay, well, these guys are giving us money anyway.
Right.
Maybe this is an extra incentive to get more people into
Sure.
doing what we're doing. And so it is what it is, right? And so it's almost like a Costco membership,
Yeah. And it's
except you
still
get
it's still
cool shit.
giving some exclusivity to the jerseys.
Yes. So we're not, it's not ultra exclusive, you know. And do we sell the jerseys that are left over at tournaments? Yes. We usually do it to people that are already there, but then you're limited in what size you can get. Usually it's just the big, huge ones that are left over. And you're limited to, like, if there's a very popular jersey, then people come up and they'll grab those
Buy
things
it
right out,
immediately.
right?
Yeah.
So and so it's just a way to offer it. And if you like it, if you want jerseys, then you're like, okay, well, I'll spend the $50 a month on the VIP. Plus I'll also get really cool BLPA swag. I'll also get 10% off this. I'll also get these collectible pins. And there's other stuff that I want to add in. I just don't know how to implement it and make it flow correctly in terms of I would like to be able to say, okay, if you come to a draft, you can be in a round you want to be in. So you can get your number, right? In a draft round. Like, I think that would be a cool incentive, but I don't know how to properly do it to where it's redeemable for people to do that, right? Or, I don't want to play God too much in drafts in terms of messing up, but maybe we can do something where you can veto a team or something. I don't know. There's just
Yeah.
other stuff you can do, right? There's other stuff you can do to make it fun. And I'm always listening to people's ideas of what you can add to a VIP box.
Yeah.
So if you guys have ideas, I'd love to hear them. Right?
Send them on over.
So as far as team tournaments go, I started on it just a second ago. In April, we have 4 of them. We have Vermont, we have Virginia Beach, we have Philadelphia, and we have Columbus. And we have Columbus and Philadelphia both vying to be the BLPA Mecca, right? It is Columbus. That's that's basically where we started this whole thing at.
Yep.
Columbus is the Mecca, but here we got Philly Dex having 2 Dexes, although we're really low on the one in a month. So I need people to register for that. We're going to see who has the most teams in the bash. Last year, Columbus had 36. First year in Philly had 12. So we're going to see what we get here. Right.
Yeah.
And so we'll see.
Put your money where your mouth is, Columbus and Philly.
And Philly. Columbus does great.
Yeah.
I mean, Columbus does great. Right.
Yeah.
But I think Philly and Columbus are going to be the two big ones this year. I mean, we have 8 teams registered for Vermont. We have about the same for Virginia Beach. Philly just had 2 more register today. As a matter of fact, I think it's already up to 10 or 12, which is basically where we were at last year. And Columbus is up to 20 already. So it's moving right along. I'm pretty stoked about those ones because I just love the bash stuff. Now I just got to order a bunch of merch and find a way to get it there. That's my issue right now because the trailer's in Oklahoma. Do I really want to drive to Oklahoma, rent a truck, drive it? It's just fucking.
It's a long way to go.
That's why we got to hire someone. That's why we got to get somebody that we got to get all these bashes full so I can hire someone that just, here you go, full time. But part of your job is get the fucking merch there.
Yeah.
Get the fucking merch. That's what you got to do. Right.
Yep.
So, but yeah, so that's about it. Okay. We'll end this thing up with maybe talk about some ref stories. I know you've been reffing a lot. You got any ref thoughts, ref stories, ref questions?
Yeah. So the last few days, I think I said this in the last one, like teams for the most part, like for beer league, it's not been a shit show. It's been relatively okay. I did have a new first the other day. I was reffing some children, some 12-year-olds in house league here in Nashville, and I gave a kid an interference penalty, and he came up to me and he said, "I'm sorry." I've never been told I'm sorry for giving someone a penalty before. So shout out to that kid for the good manners. And I told him, hey, it's all right, buddy. Sometimes it happens. It's okay. A minute and a half, and then you're out of here. But I had a game last night at 11:30 p.m. Okay, 11:30 p.m. beer league game. So we're playing until the next morning.
Yep.
I just have a question for everyone. Why do you guys come to the rink so angry that late at night? Can't you just come and be like, I'm just gonna play a little hockey, go home and try to get some sleep? Do we all have to come to the rink angry? Is it because the game's at 11:30 p.m.?
I mean, I would assume that that is probably why they're angry, because they're at 11:30 p.m. But like you're going to have fun. Like you're getting to play
Yeah,
hockey.
yeah.
Like what? Like
I
why
think
are
I
you?
gave out like, and again, there was no fights. It wasn't a shit show. It wasn't crazy, but just like penalty after penalty for people just slashing, shoulder checking, interference, like just and then just yelling at each other afterwards. I'm like, let's just have fun. Let's just get out here and play some puck and have fun. It's not that serious.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I get okay. The phenomenon that I'm always curious about is how can certain people be like the nicest,
Yeah.
friendliest people off the ice,
And then
but on the ice, the biggest dicks.
yeah.
Like I haven't been able to figure it out. But there's people, people, I know
It,
people.
there was a guy in the game last night. As soon as I saw him, I'm like, that dude's the nicest dude when you meet him out in the lobby. But this is gonna be he's gonna be a dick on the ice. I just know it. And he
Yeah,
was.
like what is it? What is it that I yeah, that's what I would we need to interview some people. We need to see if we can get these people and be like, just what is it?
Yeah.
So me and you will identify people.
Okay.
And then once we do, then we'll have them on the show. And maybe we're not trying to dog on them.
No, we're trying to understand.
Yeah, I want to know like what is it that, and I get it. People have bad days, people have good days, and sometimes they carry that shit to the rink with them, and that's where they let their frustrations out. Maybe, they had a fight with the old lady. She said, "Hey, you're not going to be going out playing hockey this late and staying, you know, in the parking lot drinking beer till 3 in the morning." Yeah, I am. And they got mad, and so he took it out in the game, and then he stayed out till 3 a.m. And so, yeah, I don't know. It's quite the phenomenon
Yeah.
to figure out
So
why
I would
people
just
are
ask
wild.
you guys for your ref sakes, if you show up to 11:30 p.m. game, just try to make it easy. Let's just flow through it. The game ran 15 minutes late, so it was 12:45 when the game ended because we had so many penalties.
Yeah, it's just yeah, I can't
That
believe they even let you play late.
Let me ask you a question because
Like me personally.
this
Okay.
brought up a good question.
Okay.
So how do the leagues work in Calgary as far as time? Like here we do 3 12-minute stop periods.
Okay. So you guys are playing 60-minute games, 60-minute time slots.
Yep.
So in Calgary, let's see, I'm trying to think of all the leagues here. Yeah, they're all the same. We play 75-minute slots. So 3 15-minute stop time periods.
Okay.
So hour and 15-minute games. But here's the deal. They don't run late.
Yeah.
So the ZAM guy, because we're not, none of the leagues are really owned by the rinks that they play in, right? They're all private leagues and they play in different facilities throughout the city. And so the facilities don't give a shit. They're
Yeah.
like, this is your time slot. This is what you pay for. And so I can remember times where we've got 8 minutes left in the third period and the ZAM fucking driver opens the door, brings the ZAM out, and we're just
Yeah.
like, all right, well,
Time's up.
game's
Yeah.
over. Yeah. So that's basically how they do it. In Oklahoma, it was a 60-minute game slot, 3 18-minute runtime periods. And, they'd let stuff run late. But in Calgary, it doesn't, I mean, we don't have that running late unless, there's a youth game, like an actual game before and it runs late. They'll let the youth go. And like, if it's a serious game, they finish those, but they don't give no fucks about the beer
So
leaguers.
here
Bro.
it's the opposite. If it's a youth game and it's running late, they do run clock to end the game. Like they go down to the time. If there's 10 minutes left, they put 10 minutes in the third period. Now, if you're running way early, they do the same thing the other way. They'll do if there's 20 minutes left and they think, they'll just put 20 minutes on the clock and run it down. But in adult league here, they'll let it run late. And a lot of times you get snowball to where the first game runs 10 minutes late and the next game also runs 10 minutes late. So now you're 20 minutes late and it will just snowball into where that last game can be an hour behind, right? And so a lot of players complain and will say, "Oh, refs don't call icings or wave off things or don't call penalties because they don't want to stay late, right? They want the time to go."
Yeah.
And there's probably refs that do that. I try not to do that. I try to, call it how it is. But my thought is then you should just do 3 20-minute run clock periods, right? It's
Yep.
60 minutes. You run the clock. That way, if you guys want to act like assholes and I have to give out a shit ton of penalties, it's just your time that's ticking off. Doesn't matter to me. I'm going to be there for 3 20-minute periods. And at the end of those 20-minute periods, I'm done. So if you guys want to act like a-holes, then, or if I had a game the other day where there was, it was a C League game where they couldn't figure out offside. There must have been 40 offside
Oh,
calls. And I'm
geez.
like, I'm like, do you guys understand what happens here? Like how you do this? So if you want to go offside 40 times, cool. You're just wasting your time with us going back to the dot.
The only hard part about that, Jason, is I can remember games where it would be like close late in the third, and you can just ice it with impunity, right? Like you ice the puck, the ref stops the play, and then you lollygag to the thing, and it just runs clock. So I get, and that's what I was going to ask you as a referee. Like you're getting paid to do an hour game.
Right.
You're not getting paid for the 15 minutes in between or the extra time,
Correct.
which sucks.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, I mean, it is good for the refs. And so I guess ours, the way they do it here in Calgary for sure is good too, because they're in and out, right?
Yeah. It's good. I'm going to be here for exactly an hour period, and that's or 75 minutes in your
Yep.
case, and it is what it is.
Yeah. And yeah, I think that's the way. I mean, there are some other different rules here in Canada as well that I've seen. I mean, and they might just be league specific to the couple leagues that I've played in here. But one thing that I never understood before I moved here is forfeits. Like teams would forfeit, and it's just like, okay, we lost the game. We paid for this shit.
Right.
Oh, we lost. Okay, we got to skate. Oh boy, cool. We got to go do a little shinny or pickup. Cool, but we paid for the games, and we never got that back. So the league that I used to work for here, a cool rule was if you forfeited your game, not only did you as a team lose the game you forfeited, but you had to give a game to the team that you forfeited to. So
I
that
like
team
that.
was made whole.
Yeah.
And I thought that was fucking awesome.
Yeah.
And a forfeit was you had to have at least 5 players and a goalie.
Yeah.
Because there'd be teams that had goalies not showing back. Why we forfeit? We had 6 players. It's like, well,
Yeah.
that's not a game.
Right. It's
And
it's not fun for the other team to shoot on a non-goalie. Like it's just not.
yeah.
It's not the same.
And here's where it the only part that sucked is it gave rise to rent a goalie. Right?
Yeah.
Because if you didn't have a goalie, then you had to have one, or you were losing 2 games instead of 1, basically. Right. And so there was a service, and I always had so many issues. And I understand why it works. Okay, cool. But like our goalies weren't paying anyway. So it's
Right.
like, okay, goalies want to play for free.
And get paid to play
Now
them.
goalies want to get paid to play for free. Like it never, and listen, I'm not trying to start the debate. We will get into that debate again. I'm just not ready for the smoke yet.
Yeah.
But I will twist off eventually. Once we get our team tournaments and I can hire someone to take a little bit off me, I'm going to get back into the fucking smoking people.
Right back into the smoke.
I'm going to get right back into it. But yeah, I think that's and listen, I get it. Goalies come out and they play and they save you, so you should pay them. But it's just like, man, hockey is so fucking expensive anyway. And to get free ice time and demand $60 to play,
Yeah.
just seemed like I literally had people that used to sub for us all the time. And he'd say, yeah, I'll sub. And then one time he got to the rink and hit me with, I'm not going to play if you don't rent me through rent a goalie right now. And that just fucking lit my ass up. But I was so
bullshit.
pissed. Right.
Yeah.
And so at the end of the day, I guess it's just, but that's capitalism for you.
Yeah.
And that's what we like. We like capitalism. So other than that, that's yeah. I mean, I just want to, are there any other cool rules out there in beer league that we don't know?
Yeah. Let's get them on the Facebook page so we can talk about them next week.
I mean,
tell us about your cool rules.
Jason's not going to see them, but I'll see them.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you'll ask them to me, and
yeah, I will. Someone said they pay goalies $20 to show up to open hockey in Florida. To open hockey, not even a game, just open hockey. Hey,
Yeah,
come
makes sense.
practice for $20. Then you're basically a professional. No wonder
I
Frank is a goalie.
there's
He's
not
a
even two
professional
there's
player.
not even two goalies I like in this world. Just one.
And it's me.
It's you.
I'm not a goalie, but I've played one before in Frank's pads. So, all right, well, man, I guess hopefully work doesn't change for you, and you'll get to show up this weekend and
I'll be
kick
there,
it, kick
buddy. It's already
it.
set in stone.
Okay, we'll see. We'll
Yeah,
see.
I'll see you.
Get me in trouble with my wife. And I think I still am undecided on where I'm getting this tattoo.
Okay. Well, you got a few days, so
I
be
got a
thinking
few
about it.
days. How people are going to know? They're going to have to watch our content.
That's
So
right.
go subscribe to us on Facebook, youtube.com/theblpa, onlyfans.com/theblpa, everywhere/theblpa. You can find us there. Do you have anything to add?
No. Excited to see you this weekend,
Yep,
buddy.
excited to see you too. Hey, I appreciate everyone that is getting paid to watch us now.
Yep.
And so I don't know what else we can do to make you a VIP subscriber or a Patreon or a OnlyFans.
All of
We're
it.
getting you
Just do
paid.
all
We're
of it.
literally getting you paid to watch us right now. You're welcome. How many people do you think watch us and like where they're pooping?
There's at least one.
At
Somebody
least.
is watching us pooping right now. Shout out to the guy who's pooping or girl.
Yeah. Shout out Michael Cosentino and the whole Cosentino family. All right, guys. Hey, hopefully we'll see you guys at some tournaments. Hopefully we can get some people on here to interview about why they're dicks.
Yeah.
On the ice, but off the ice.
If you are a dick, let us know. We'll bring you on.
Yeah. Aaron, wear your sweatpants. I got bad news for you. They're returned it. They're sitting at my dad's house right now. Return to sender. I just got your message this morning and I saw, and I Googled it. Yeah. Matthew Broderick watching you on OnlyFans.
Of course he is.
Of course he is. All right, guys. Hey, thank you guys very much. We'll see you guys maybe next week. We'll see you guys in Savannah. Maybe.
Yep.
4 weeks. Sure. That'll be four in a row, right?
Yeah.
Fuck. We're on fucking fire right now.
Yeah, we are.
Maybe we will get on the Kelsey podcast. Who knows? Maybe.
Hey,
maybe
we're open. Kelsey's, we're open. If you need
they love hockey.
They do.
They played.
Yeah.
Why we should get them. We have a Cleveland draft experience.
Yeah, let's get them.
Isn't that where they're from? Yeah,
That
I think they're
right,
from the Cleveland area.
Yeah.
Fucking get them, bro.